I had a Jack Russell for quite a while. Those are fun.
Oh, those are some energetic pups.
Yeah, they have very unique personalities, to say the very, very least.
Yeah.
If she didn't want to be messed with, she told you.
I always think of Frasier.
Yeah, well, Fraser's dog was nicer. I mean, like I say, if Button didn't want you to mess with her, she'd snap at you and let you know.
I love that name, Button.
I met Button. George Pratt had a Jack Russell for a long time.
Go.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jack Russells are good for, they're a great challenge to name because they're so interesting personalities. I had a buddy of mine, his Jack Russell was named Taco. And it was perfect for the dog because he just had such a great personality.
Taco.
Did you say Paco or Taco?
Taco with a T.
Oh. That's funny.
I have a corgi.
Oh, I had one of those too. Which one? The Pembroke or the Argyle?
Pembroke?
Okay, that's one with a longer tail.
No, Pembroke has no tail. She's just got a little stub.
Okay, so it's tan.
She's a tricolor.
Okay, I thought that was Pembroke. I mean, because Argyle, I guess that must be the one that are tan.
But it's got 4 legs.
Oh yeah.
Four little stumpy legs.
It has corgis have legs?
Barely.
They just look like little chicken thighs.
I know George has a corgi now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I used to say corgis looked like a ferret mating with a fox.
I always said a fox mating with a log, but that works too.
Yeah. And I remember, now let me ask you this. I remember when we got our dog's name was Cody. Anyway, when we got Cody, I asked the breeder, I said, now I've researched and it says they shed. Is that true? There's a lot of shed. She says, oh no, that's no problem. So I said, oh, okay. That dog shed more than my shepherd.
It is a top shedder for sure. We adopted ours older. Yeah, like her body size comes off in fur like every season.
It's incredible that you just keep brushing and you look on the floor and you say the dog should be just completely on the floor. There should be nothing but bone sitting in front of me.
Right?
My cat's is like that.
There's like tumbleweeds of fur, no matter how much I vacuum, how much
How do they not go bald? How do they not go bald?
It's amazing.
Yeah. I have a cat that sheds like a new cat every week.
Yeah.
Under the table, and I'm like, oh man.
The secret to male pattern baldness is in there somewhere.
Yes.
My dog's like a pit bull mix, and she has the cure to baldness somehow.
You can just pull little tufts out of hair.
Oh, it's the worst.
Well, at least you got the dog, but it was a little bit older. We went through the teething process with the corgi, and I mean, because a corgi will eat itself to death if you're not careful. I mean, they just, whereas Button, I'd put a bowl of food down and it'd sit there all day. She'd walk over and, every now and then I'd say, let's go outside for a walk. And she'd go over and take a few bites and off we go. And I mean, she would, the food would be there all day long. She'd eat it when she just felt like it.
Yeah, Sammy Joe, that's our corgi. She will give you these sad, soulful eyes like, no one ever feeds me. But she's just like this chunky log that we're always trying to keep from getting overweight. And she acts as if she never eats.
Yeah, that's kind of my shedding cat, Bella. And then she goes and she'll eat her brother's food.
Chris, my mom's dog is named Button too. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Such a name.
They it's an Australian Shepherd, and my dad got Button. It was the run to the litter. He named it he named her Button because he got it from an Amish guy, and thought that would be an apt name. And the funniest thing about the whole deal was when he went to go get our dogs, he went to, because my dog is the sister of this dog. So they got them the same day. And he went out it was somewhere around Kirksville, Missouri. And he went to the address they told them that the dogs would be at. And he got there and there was a woman there. And she said, "Oh, you're trying to find, Frank. And he's not here. He went to go work on this roof in this town about an hour and a half out of here." She's like, "So you can go get him there." And he was like, "Can you, and then it becomes very clear how complicated this purchase was going to be. Because he was like, "Can we call him or the house that he's at?" And they're like, "No, it's really just best you just drive there and you look for a guy on a roof."
Oh my gosh.
So he was driving around looking for just a person on a roof, like working on a roof, and he found him. And and Frank's like, "Okay, so what you're gonna do is you're gonna go back to our house and just tell my wife that I agreed to sell the dogs, and I think $200 sounds fair." And my dad's like, "How will she know that this was true, that this happened?" And he goes, "Give her an extra 100."
What?
And I thought that was so funny. He was like, "Bribe her to believe you." Yeah. So that was how we got our dogs.
Wow.
Huh.
Somebody said, here's an art related question. What's a rough? How can you work on a rough?
Yeah, I wasn't gonna go there, I was giving you a pass.
Well,
That's great.
I define a rough as basically a quick sketch for ideas. It's just for an idea.
They got one of us. I think it was a play on words. Chris.
Sorry, I'm focused too much on my drawing to catch the humor.
Yeah. Some of us are trying to be serious, Laura.
Yes, that's how they always describe us on the panel. Very serious.
Yeah.
You were talking about dogs, then you were talking about roughs and sounds the dogs make. So have any of our other panelists like snuck in and are hiding in the audience right now?
I snuck in.
Oh, yeah, well,
I snuck in, but I can't find the reference. And what are you guys drawing from?
visualartspassage.com/
Oh, it's not the stuff that John sent out.
No, it's not the stuff John sent. Can't use yeah.
Oh,
You missed out on our correction segment of.
was it copyright infringement night?
that's yeah, ding ding ding.
We're having a copyright infringement special for you attorneys out there.
Yeah. This is everybody. Our more litigious fans are gonna love this episode.
Okay, so where is this? Where is this group of legal photos?
of legal photos. I'm gonna enter them into the chat, Dale, and if you just follow that link, you'll be set.
Okay, thank you.
We've got Dale Stefanos here, everybody.
Dale was actually who I was thinking of when I was thinking about people coming in, sneaking in. So.
Should we just call him Vision?
Vision.
Yes.
Cassandra, I really loved your talk the other
Oh,
day.
thank you so much for
Oh my
coming.
God.
by the way. That really meant a lot.
That was awesome. I also hated it because it made me want to do that. It's like, I can't do that. I fall in love very easily with great artists. So I actually watched it a couple of times.
I'm so impressed by your work. So thank you so much.
You're nice. You're sweet.
Well, it was exciting because, everybody's stories very different. And I guess mine is definitely, I kind of worked my way up a different way from other artists. So it was very affirming that like John was excited for me to tell that story.
Did you feel like you did it right?
I
Well,
don't
she
know.
just made it up, so it didn't, you know.
Right, yeah. Because so often we feel like, oh, I don't know if I'm doing this right.
Yeah, yeah. Well, like, aren't I supposed to be working with all the fancy art directors? And isn't that how you get good? And like, should I be doing it this way? Because I've, you know, everybody was telling me to do it that way. And yeah.
Somebody send me the link to the talk, because I'm sorry I missed it. I would love to see it.
Cassandra didn't allow us to record it, Bill.
Oh, okay.
I'm kidding.
I know you were, I know, so. Yeah.
Yeah, if anybody's wondering how they get access to these secret talks that are being referenced, you got to become a Visual Arts Passage student.
But the person that gets mad credit is my husband because he teaches a lot of online classes. So he showed me the ropes with the slideshow program. So I knew how to make it all work.
Oh, that's cool. What'd you use for your slideshow?
I just use Keynote, but like he was telling me about techniques like tell, show, tell, and you know, how to present images and how to like explain things. And yeah.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
He's my guru for that.
You were good.
Well, thank you, John. Thanks for letting me do it.
Are you kidding? It was awesome.
What I loved is that you present a different possibility for people who think there's one way to do this thing. You know, growing up, I had no idea there were illustrators. Like I think a lot of people, maybe my age, because I think it's a lot more widespread now, just with our media. But it was just so refreshing that you're just really doing your own thing. So it was. I love seeing that. I love seeing people just kind of, you know, take the tools and the skills of a sort of traditional route and apply them to their own muse, you know.
No, well, thanks for that.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm still wondering exactly what a roof is, but I don't know. Is that near a creek?
Yeah. Should we ask Ted Lasso? I know you like his accent so much, Timmy.
I thought about it. I like the show. I was a little hurt with how silly he presented Kansas City.
Well, his accent was much more like Alabama, or at least that's my assumption, that it felt way more Southern. So it was funny, but I didn't think about it until you brought it up, how off it was.
Who's it?
I had a friend from Portland text me and say, every Kansas Citian sounds like Ted Lasso. So he was like, "You're wrong. You're just too close to the source, man."
Oh.
Well, it was funny hearing you say roof, and then before knowing your rant about his accent, it just made me more.
It's definitely a coastal view of,
Yeah.
you know. I want to be that nice. It's just not in me.
Well, not with that attitude.
No, well, hey man, I'm copping to it right off the bat.
Yeah, you got to inspire at least.
It's like I love Bill Burr's line about people who grew up in New England, were raised in angry soil. So true.
Oh man,
it's just built in.
I love New Englanders. I feel like it's you have to work for their friendship, and so when you learn it, you're like,
well, then you find out it's not worth it. It wasn't worth the effort.
Oh, it always is.
All right.
Are you a Bill Burr fan at all, Dale?
You know what? I'm really not. I tried,
Yeah.
and I think a lot of it is, I don't know if a lot of his charm is just the Boston thing, but he just sounds like, you know, I don't know. I'm not a fan. Just not a fan.
It's a lot of
I know. I knew way too many of those guys in high school.
Yeah.
Oh my, really? Yeah.
There's nothing.
He's you know, I'm trying to think of what's the other. As far as like angry comedians go, I'm not a big fan of angry comedian.
Yeah, me neither.
But I'm trying to think of
Lewis Black.
Lewis Black.
Lewis Black's
he's
great,
awesome. Yeah, he's awesome.
though. Yeah.
He's kind of a angry comedian, but he's funny.
Did you see Marcy's comment? She says, I'm starting my spring seeds in this angry Connecticut soil.
You know what?
Angry.
You know what? Connecticut doesn't count. You guys aren't angry down there. It's you know, it's up above the
Yeah.
Connecticut Mass border where
The Valley of Bliss.
yeah. Too close to
Connecticut's
New
too
York.
pretty to be angry.
Yeah. It's Connecticut is the Midwest of New England. Put it that way.
That's hilarious.
I have no idea what that means.
That's
They're
funny.
nice people.
I never really saw it that way, but I get it.
Yeah, like John, you're not. I love you, man, but you're not one of us. You're such a nice dude. You know, like a
Yeah.
genuinely nice guy. Nah.
John gets his barbs in though, you know. He just says it in such a nice way that you're like,
That's
know,
true.
you don't see that you're being insulted.
Well, where do you live?
I live in Foxborough, Massachusetts, which is just south of Boston, 25 miles south of Boston. We have
Okay.
a big NFL stadium on the other side of town. Other than that, it's a sleepy little nondescript New England town.
That sounds like a very interesting combination.
I kind of just imagine a Stephen King novel.
Yeah,
Is
Oh,
that
that's what I'm seeing.
is that your life, Dale?
Oh, I wish it was. Yeah.
Yeah. Except the terror.
Yeah, I was going to
This
say, I feel like with a hint of horror.
What's in your basement, Dale?
Yeah.
We all float down here.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Sorry. Anybody?
Oh, yeah.
Sandra, where are you right now? Where do you live?
I'm in Richmond, Virginia.
No, okay.
Timmy, are you timing by any chance? Because if you're not, we're
Sure, it's over.
about
Next-
now. We're 2 minutes over.
Yeah.
That's kind
I
of
was gonna
fun.
say, I got way too far on this.
That was kind of fun.
It's a good warm up.
Oh, everybody's looks really good. Bella
Hey
looks
guys,
really
his head's not leaning
good.
back.
Yours
Just
looks awesome.
right above the ad. Yeah, the tube.
Everybody's looks good. Are we moving on?
Yes. Let's do it.
Great, John. Let's see.
John, how'd your chair get squeaky again?
I think I got a new chair and it started to squeak. Unbelievable.
What is this?
He had to add the squeak to the chair.
Yeah.
John, you got a new chair?
I got a new chair and it started to squeak.
Oh, why'd you get a new chair?
I don't know. I don't buy. I think
This is a new chair.
I think you missed the old chair.
It sounds very familiar.
No, the other one has a very distinctive squeak.
Your old chair was one of the characters.
Yeah.
You know the thing about this chair, it doesn't even look good. The old chair looked great.
Okay.
This is like
Yeah.
a like office chair that
I'm so sorry, John. Should we start a spin-off series for your other chair?
Yeah, I think we should.
Could have a breakout room.
Yeah, breakout room for the bad chair.
So is this the woman on the beach?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the girl.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Chris, are the Reds going to be any good this year?
Oh, who knows? Really, they're counting on a lot of unknown talent, and so they're counting on some players that they hope will be able to perform like they did not last year, but the year before, the year before. So I don't know. We'll know in about 3 weeks of the season, because if they stink it up, they're not going to get any better. They'll stay stinky. If they compete, they should be okay. But you know how it is, spring trading. Everybody thinks they're going to win. All the players all talk about how they got in great shape and how good and how optimistic they are.
Kind of how I feel at the beginning of every drawing.
Yeah, pretty much so.
Optimism.
So much truth in that.
Chris, do you ever go to spring training?
I was planning on trying to get down there this spring, but the news of the season and spring training was just constantly changing. I went last year, which was my first time, honestly, and had a great time. But because everything's just such in turmoil, we'll see. So, but we'll see how it goes as far as going to games. It's
where's Ohio as far as that's concerned? Are they allowing that at all, or?
Well, I mean, we're not. I mean, they're starting to a little bit. I mean, our governor is kind of in love with the power that he's got, so he seems to love his press conferences. He just loves. Again, what's the line about Andy Warhol? He'd go to the opening of an envelope. I think that's the way this guy is.
Well, that's really, I mean, that's kind of what it takes to be a politician, I think, right?
Oh, God. So anyway, no, I don't know. We'll see. I mean, we're just trying to cope with it as best we can.
Yep. We went to the Red Sox spring training last year, and the day after we went, like everything, they just shut everything down. It was like, oh, okay.
Well, you guys are going to be kind of interesting because, I mean, you've traded away so many of the great talent that you had over the years.
I know.
Who knows what's going to happen? You even traded our Cincinnati product that you had.
I know. That Mookie thing is just really.
Yeah, that was weird. I just can't even understand why they did it. I don't know what their rationale was.
I don't know. That's right up there with Babe Ruth as far as I'm concerned. As far as really bad business moves.
Well, I remember when they decided to let Carlton Fisk go for some reason. That didn't play well.
I'm just looking forward to going to museums again.
I was thinking that earlier today. I was really I've really been jonesing for like going to see paintings and
Me too.
photo art.
Well, on Friday, I met Brent Watkinson at the Nelson Atkins Museum in Kansas City.
Oh, no kidding.
And we decided that's the best place to go during COVID because nobody goes to the museum.
I was just going to say, I would think that as far as calculated risks go, that would be pretty, I mean, it depends on the museum.
Well, it's just, we went at the right time and
Yeah.
I wanted to see it's coming down really soon, but I wanted to see, there's a Gordon Parks exhibition and it's all of Muhammad Ali.
Oh,
Wow.
It was spectacular. And I did my favorite thing. I bought the book. Got to buy the book when you go to the museum.
yep. That's the art geek equivalent of the concert T-shirt, right?
It's absolutely true.
So true.
Got the book. I'm ready.
Dale, do you wear the
No.
concert? Sorry,
What's
I
that?
didn't mean to interrupt. I was gonna say, Dale, do you wear the concert tee to the concert?
That's Timmy. That's not done. You don't. You can wear the previous tour's T-shirt. That's allowed.
Or maybe like a fringe band that shows you're really.
Oh well, yeah, that shows your acumen, how totally cool you are. It's funny. I was talking with a student who happens to live in the apartment that I lived in when I first moved to Boston. In 1984. On my own. It's same apartment, and I just commented on it because I saw a photo and I'm like, oh my God, I was doing the exact same thing in the exact same room. I said the only thing that's changed probably is the T-shirts, and she was like, no, I'm still like, I wear Allman Brothers T-shirts. And I thought about it and I was like, okay, wait a second. That is, if I was wearing 30-year-old T-shirts then, I would have been wearing like a Perry Como T-shirt, right? 1954. Elvis just barely happened.
There probably weren't a lot of like Elvis tees.
Probably not. They missed out on the merch, right? He could have been someone.
Elvis was not a merch person. I mean, he probably was, but not in the T-shirt game.
No, they just hadn't thought of it. What's his manager's name again?
It would have been like an Elvis butt.
Parker.
Yeah. Colonel
Colonel.
Parker would have definitely jumped on that had he thought of it, right?
Yeah. It would have been like a Elvis tie, though, or something.
Have you ever been to Graceland? Anybody?
Oh, yeah.
I would love to. I have not.
Elvis would have been into merchandise.
Oh,
I've been to Graceland. Also, I'm here. Hi.
Hey, Audrey.
Hey, Audrey.
Hey,
Hey
Audrey.
there.
Hey, Audrey.
Hey, Audrey.
You heard we were talking baseball and how to get in.
I know. I just saved the night.
What were you talking about?
Baseball.
Oh, I played softball for a while. I know that joy.
All right, let's hear it. Softball is not baseball.
Ah, I was waiting for that.
So just being a jerk.
It's what
I was really hopeful we were going to get out from. I thought we were going to clear that, but
pretty close.
yeah, we got so close to avoiding that.
Hey, that was my attempt to be Bill Barr.
Yeah.
I would not want to go up against some softball pitchers.
Oh gosh,
wow.
that one guy, I can't think of her name, pitching to like Barry Bonds and those guys. I mean, she's unbelievable. She is unbelievable.
Yeah, some of the girls I used to play with were like very intimidating to me.
Did you ever pitch, Audrey?
No.
The
I
pitching is
was-
terrifying.
It is.
No. I once at a tryout, well, I think now because of this story, it must have been like 2006, and I was in middle school, and the Chronicles of Narnia, the movie had just come out, and there was like a scene where they were dropping like rocks on an army, and I remember like coming home from tryouts and like not crying but being very like I don't know, like emotional to my mom and like, Mom, try out. They were like, the balls were so hard and they were all flying like that scene in Narnia. She's like, okay.
Funny.
I'm like, I'm gonna go in my room and watch Dragonheart now. like I liked it, but yeah, like it was sensitive.
It wasn't your life.
I really did like it. I love the team aspect of it.
Yeah.
You know, I was like a pretty sporty kid before I started taking art seriously.
Oh, you were?
Yeah. There was one year I did cheerleading, karate, and softball, like all like overlapping. It was wild.
Oh, that's
Those are all my
awesome.
sports.
Yeah.
That's
Huh?
a fantastic combination, by the way.
What? Oh yeah, true. Oh yeah. Yeah. But that was in another life, gosh. Like,
All right.
yeah.
I used to watch my son pitch in Little League, and till he was fine with it until pop fly hit him in the nose and broke his nose.
Yeah.
Oh.
And
Yeah,
that was
we're
like, you know, that was the worst.
I play in well, I don't anymore, but pre-COVID, I played intramural softball like almost every year for the past probably 5 years.
Oh, that's awesome.
And I have seen so many people in their late 20s to mid 30s get injured and just coming to terms with like their just life. Coming to terms with their mortality. Yeah, it's just
Pretty much happens to me every time I play tennis now.
Yeah.
There's some friends of mine, they still play baseball. And I mean, they're like 50, 55 years old, and they play, and they'll be on teams that, you know, they'll get guys who maybe, you know, pitch for a few years in the minor leagues and eventually washed out, and they're like 35 years old. And they can still bring it like 90 miles an hour. And
Wow.
Yeah.
they're these guys 55 years old playing, and you hear some interesting stories of I remember one of the stories said a guy fouled the ball off a home plate, the ball came up, hit him in the mouth, and he's playing out in center field. And he noticed he thought they were looking for contacts. No, they were picking up his teeth.
Oh my God.
You know, but he still plays. Last I heard, it's
the thing that is softball is a serious one. I've seen basically anytime we would play, the pitchers never wore helmets, and it always blew my mind. And
wow.
It's because you only have to see it go wrong once, and you're like, everybody should be wearing a helmet.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I tried to do the softball thing for a while, but you get these leagues, and my God, I mean, you think they were playing in the World Series, and I mean, watching these guys getting into arguments, over a call at first base, and next thing you know, gloves are being dropped, and people, I'm sitting there and going, so sorry, I'm not joining your fight. I'm not doing it. I'm not
Chris, I think it's one of two spectrums. It's either they think they're about to, get into the league, or they've brought like a boombox and like 3 30-packs of like PBR.
Yeah, there you go. That's my guy.
It's never in between. It's either a group of a bunch of drunk people. But I love that they're all in the same league. Yeah.
As long as they're away from us.
Yeah, exactly.
I know out here they had a league for a few years, and I played with them. We played with them a little bit when we first moved out, but everybody just, you know, nobody took it that seriously.
It's when they show up, Bill, they've got like the batter's bag.
Oh yeah,
And you're like, wait a second.
they've got the gear.
Yeah.
That guy just put on gloves.
Yeah.
Like he budgeted gloves for his.
Maybe that's like the Sunday bicyclists that have the kit, you know?
Hey.
Oh,
Hey.
Uh-oh.
Easy there. Easy.
Yeah, Bill, be mindful.
You're tugging on Superman's cape over here.
oh.
You guys
Chris,
are getting
it's visions.
dangerously close to
Visions.
mine and
I was gonna
Bill's
say
life.
vision, yeah.
What'd you say, John?
I said they're getting mine and Dale's life. You're getting dangerously close to Dale and I.
Sorry, Dale.
That bike racing scene is vicious.
It is. I don't do that.
I mean, I like to ride my bike. I just don't have the gear, you know, the whole, you know.
Well, you know what's funny? If you ride a lot, I know it's easy to laugh at a 55-year-old guy in spandex. Sure, go ahead. But it's functional.
Thank you for permission.
Hey, you should really have a good time when I show up at the pool with the Speedo. So you know, I don't know. Me and spandex, we have a relationship. What can I say?
Tonight's extra combative.
Yeah.
This isn't combative. This is just like, you know, conversation, man.
Your East Coast is coming out, Dale.
What'd you say, Bill?
I said your East Coast is showing.
It really is. Yeah.
Going through your
Dale's like, this is just a good time. I'm just getting warmed up.
Like,
Fun.
uh-oh.
It's a discussion.
Bill just dissed my bike riding gear.
Well, I was just to finish up on that very meaningless point I was making. You know, if you're going out and riding for 50 or 60 miles, you definitely don't want, you know, like sweatpants on or something like that. It's going to be very, very ugly. So
Oh yeah.
I get laughing at the old dudes with the spandex, but it is functional. So
So do you have one of those little Italian hats?
no, I'm not a hat guy. I'm a helmet guy.
Yeah.
Oh, helmets, yeah. Helmets
All
are
right,
important.
then you get a pass. It's the little. I actually had a neighbor who was about 20 years ago who was in his 50s, and he was a professional racer still,
Wow.
and he was healthy. I mean, he also like sold health food products and, you know, vitamins and stuff. But oh my God, he was just small guy, but just very, very healthy. And he'd ride, you know, 50 miles without blinking an eye.
John, are we hitting 20 yet?
I'm doing the math here. Hold on.
I was just gonna say it should be
Uh-oh,
very
math.
technical. It should be a very technical answer.
Hardest math.
Oh, 3 minutes.
It sounds like you're trying to decide.
How close am I to being finished?
Like 6 years ago, Richmond hosted the world races, like for the bikes.
Oh yeah.
And I still don't know a lot about it, but it was pretty epic having it here in Richmond, and we learned a lot quickly, and it was a really neat experience.
It's fun to watch.
Yeah.
Dale, do you watch the Tour de France every year?
I do.
It's pretty cool.
That's my idea of like a super awesome, exciting time. When you know what's going on, it actually really is very interesting. But if you know, if you just tune in and you're like, oh, I get it, how people would just wonder, you know, when they could start watching paint dry instead.
When I think of the Tour de France, I just think of the first scene from Pee-wee's Big Adventure.
I know.
Dale, how do you feel about fixed gear bikes?
I'm not a huge. I mean, they're fine. I'm not a huge fan because I like to be able to stop.
Yeah.
And like a true
Yeah.
fixed gear is you try to stop on one of those things, and if you want a fixed gear bike, just don't shift.
That is such a good.
That's what I keep saying to these people. Like don't fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're just cutting out choices, man.
Get a real bike and don't shift.
And then
Yeah.
I'm just gonna remind the audience, you have more control than you think of directing the conversation. If you have questions about art or what people are working with, please feel free to ask.
I think we've been subtly.
No, Dale, don't misinterpret this. Don't misinterpret this at all. You know what? We're gonna dedicate the rest of this episode to talking about. Tell us more about your bike.
Oh wow! Well,
No, I'm teasing. I asked the question about the fixed gear.
you did.
I did. I'm interested. I rode a bike all summer. I decided I wasn't going to drive my car unless I absolutely had to.
Oh, that's cool.
It was fun. I like grocery store, everything. And in Kansas City, that's not
It's saying a lot.
that's not easy in Kansas City.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Because
How
of the
did that go?
distances.
Because of the distances.
Yeah.
And because my my truck broke down. So yeah.
Are the drivers
No.
hateful there?
They've gotten better.
Yeah.
But also I would say you really have to be careful about where your routes. Like you could not safely just hop on a bike and just kind of cruise through Kansas City without being careful.
Yeah.
Because if you went on the wrong road, you could be in a pretty dangerous situation. I've never had anybody be like aggressive, which I think years ago that was a lot more common. But
You know what? I really don't. I used to ride about maybe 10,000 miles a year.
that's amazing.
And I think I did less than 2,000 last year because of the drivers.
Oh, really? I would have thought that you'd be in I wouldn't have guessed that, but
You get hit by a car one time and you realize, ooh.
I've been hit by a car twice.
Like I actually looked into the guy's eyes, like as he was turning into me. I'm like, what? Really?
Wow.
We're doing this.
Bad? Was it really?
It was personal.
Yeah, I hope
It was Bill Burr.
it's Bill Burr. I got hit by a car this summer, but it was very lucky. It just pinged the back tire and my bike did like a 180 and then we were both just looking at each other. And it was it was a lucky day for me.
Wow.
Very, yeah.
I used to ride across San Francisco when I was teaching at CCAC, and everybody was cool except for the taxi drivers.
Oh yeah, they're on a mission.
And yeah, I mean, they just, they saw you, they headed right towards you.
Yeah.
No kidding. That's charming.
Wear your helmets.
Oh yeah. City's only 7 miles wide, so you can get there fairly quickly.
Well, we ought to go on to the next pose.
All right. Next pose.
Well, I think the next pose is going to bring to a close the bike segment of today's episode.
Dale, I retract my statement about,
No, I get it. Listen. I enjoy laughing at old dudes in spandex as much as everybody else.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
It
is functional. So which one is next?
I haven't changed that here.
guy with the hat.
The guy with
Yep.
the fedora. The
Yeah.
model fedora.
Fedora.
Her color is just amazing.
So if you're drawn with us, be sure to post your work. I know we reminded you at the beginning, but share it to Instagram or the Facebook group. If you definitely want us to check out the work, post it to Instagram. We will try to check out both, but everybody's got bedtimes, and we're trying to be respectful of that. But post it to Instagram with hashtag illustration isolation, and I'll share a link to the Facebook group if you want to join.
And the amazing photographer, Belen.
Oh yeah, and get the correct tags, which are on the photos page, that's Belen Assad, BELENASAD.
John, why did you get a new chair?
Oh, peer pressure, I guess. Just
Oh,
The touchy subject, Dale.
was it a negotiation contract? The chair wanted.
Yeah, it was, yeah.
Chair
It
was
was an administrative. It was we had
Code for Timmy made me do it.
yeah, that was.
corporate decision.
It was a corporate decision.
We
Yeah.
decided you have to go.
One of those board member meetings. The chair got fired.
Yeah.
Was it just really squeaky? I forget.
It was very squeaky. Yeah.
He was like another character, right?
Not like a Muppet.
I wish we should have, if Dale, if you had been around when I was responding to the complaint email,
Like someone complained.
that would have been really good. There was a particular episode where it was extra squeaky, and we decided, because we care about production quality here at Visual Arts Passage, we as a team decided to explore other chair options.
Oh wow, wow.
But
Why is John so quiet on this?
they're thinking about a narrative, though. They might we might start getting stuff, bring back the chair. Hashtag bring back the chair.
Bring back Squeaky.
Yeah.
So this is relevant. Whenever I bring up this movie that has to do with like chairs and replacing old things, some people remember it, some people don't. How about, what is your hot take on the Brave Little Toaster?
Oh
Oh,
my gosh.
Wow.
You know what I mean? When you talk about replacing the squeaky chair, I'm instantly like, Brave Little Toaster.
Oh,
yeah.
Close to
Oh,
my heart.
I love the
I haven't
break.
thought of that movie in forever.
I watched it the other day. It is dark.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
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 That's a dark movie.
The Jack
If-
Nicholson, like
Who
the
did he
Shining
play?
scene.
Did he play the air conditioning unit?
I think it was just them doing a bit about like they were like, it's the Shining like character. I don't think it was actually Jack
I think it
Nicholson.
was I think it was the air conditioner who was like, yeah, no spoilers, but I guess like you haven't seen it since the 80s. Like,
I think it's okay for spoilers at this point.
yeah, but man, it seemed definitely like the precursor for, it's like Toy Story's like dark older sibling.
Yes, that's
Yeah,
exactly like
completely.
the perfect description.
Yeah, but I realized that like, gosh, like how much of some of my like attachment problems, like not getting rid of like, old stuff came from that. Like Squeaky's gonna try to find his way back to John.
No, what would be awesome is if Squeaky suddenly showed up in Chris's studio. It's like Chris is talking. And
Squeaky has like a Chucky plot.
yeah.
That would mean that he's heading to my home.
Revenge.
I think Squeaky should be our mascot.
I like
we
that.
just-
I like that.
We got to start a bring back squeaky movement here.
I mean, I'll be honest, it sounds like John's replaced it with a squeaky chair.
I know.
That doesn't look as good and doesn't seem to be as comfortable.
Yeah.
It's like the guy who,
in a chair.
Yeah. I know what I like in a chair.
it's like the guy who leaves his wife and marries somebody who looks exactly like her.
Or the people whose dogs die and they like get the same ones. That's okay. I totally understand that, but like
Oh, I
some
know.
people like always have the same breed too. Yeah.
Audrey, I think we had 2 dogs that were just named Gus. And it wasn't until I was an adult that I realized how weird that is.
Well, I totally understand. As soon as I said that,
understand
I was like, I get it, but it's that like almost like that class pet feeling,
Uh-huh.
you know, where like the Gus 1 goes and Gus 2
Tippy,
comes.
did you meet? Were you around for Gus 1?
I was barely.
I remember Gus 1.
And then
Gus
the
1.
crazy thing is Gus 2 died. And it was like the day, I might be getting this story wrong, but it was like the day after Gus 2 died, a dog was lost in my parents' field. And it came up, my dad got it, and it was just like a loose dog. They kind of live out in the country, and he looks at the tag and it was named Gus.
Yeah.
Okay,
It
that
was
is
like-
different.
It was so weird.
I love that.
I
He told me that story, and I was like, so are you suggesting Gus came back as someone else's dog? Yeah.
Timmy,
I like stuff like that. John, sorry, go ahead.
I'm sorry. I actually named a dog Gus because of the Gus 1. I just love that name so much.
I think that's how my dad felt. I think it's a great name.
Yeah.
Good dog name.
I hate when I don't think you guys really have names like that, but when you meet somebody who named their pet the same thing you named your kid.
Oh yeah.
Like
Dale, yeah.
my daughter's
that's
name
great.
is my daughter's name's Bella, and there are so many dogs named Bella.
That's
like, oh.
true. And Stella.
Yep.
Is your daughter Isabella?
Yeah, nobody's ever called her that though.
Yeah.
Yeah. My niece, my sister's daughter, is named Isabella, and nobody ever calls her. Everybody calls her Bella.
Yeah.
Dale, my dad's like best friend was a vet, and whenever he got a new animal, whoever gave it to him, he named the animal after that person.
Oh my god.
That's your father did that?
No, my dad's like best friend. So
Oh,
I think, but like this guy had horses, and he was like, yeah, that horse was named Jim. That horse is named Jake. They were all like very human names.
I love that.
And it was like a really weird, it was just, yeah, there's something hilarious about naming your pet after your friend.
Oh my God, that is a brilliant idea.
It's really funny.
My brother, they adopted a dog, and it was they got a dog right after Peter Jennings passed away. So they named the dog after Peter Jennings. They called him Peter Jennings, but
Oh, I love that.
they meant it as an homage. But when they're like, Peter Jennings, don't pee there, they're shooting that out at neighbors, it didn't go over as well and didn't feel as kind of an homage.
I love that.
Yeah, animals with like first and last names or like 2-part names.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had a friend who named their dog Ken Griffey Jr., and they would always say Ken Griffey Jr.
Love that. Well, I guess if I did ever do like a pet named Audrey too, that would be kind of cool for like Little Shop of Horrors.
Oh, like name your own pet?
Name your dog after you.
That's a great idea.
Well, no, like Little Shop of Horrors, there's the plant, there's Audrey and Audrey too, the carnivorous.
Yeah.
That was like a musical reference, but like it would actually have like a like a pop culture
Yeah.
That's funny.
reference. Yeah.
I always end up adopting dogs, but I swear one of these days I'm going to get a dog that needs a name. And I'm going to name it Socrates in honor of Bill and Ted.
Oh, that's good. Socrates.
Love that.
Yeah.
I always recommend name a dog a name that if when they're lost, it is easy to yell. That's always been my thing.
What, prove it's yours?
No, like if your dog is lost, you
Yeah.
find yourself in this situation where you're walking around yelling its name. And so pick a name that is easy to really, like bellow out,
Well, Socrates should be your pick then.
Socrates maybe doesn't fall into that category, but I think it's good. I think it's fine. Just don't lose Socrates.
That's why people are going for Stella.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
Stella's
a
a
good
great one.
That's an excellent point.
very fair consideration.
There's this, I go to Swope Park for runs all the time, Dale, and for weeks there was lost dogs is the saddest thing to me. It really bothers me.
I know.
And I saw this sign, they posted it everywhere for this dog named Hercules. And so I would go on runs, and it's in this huge park. And so Gianna gets so annoyed because I would go on these runs and just like every 10 minutes I'd be like, Hercules.
So people thought that you were kind of, advertising yourself, right? That guy's feeling good about himself.
Yeah.
Oh, look,
exactly.
here comes Hercules.
I hadn't thought about that.
You name your dog Adrian.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I was looking, they took the signs down, and then I was trying to find an old sign because this is how much it bothered me, Dale. I was trying to find an old sign so I could call them to basically find out what had happened.
Oh yeah, I get that.
I wanted closure
That's
on
nice.
the Hercules story, but I never got any. I think they found it.
That's good.
Yeah.
Dogs are easier than cats to find.
Yeah.
But don't you have more faith in a cat on its own?
Not my cat.
Oh, really?
Not in the winter. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, not in the winter. I lived with somebody who had an indoor-outdoor cat, and there was someone else in our neighborhood who truly believed that it was like their cat too, because I think it had a second family.
Well, that's how outdoor cats survive,
Yeah.
I think, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but it had like an indoor life in our house, Dale.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah. it like lived with us, and we would just let it outside, and then it would I wasn't part of the cat ownership, so I never felt totally great about it, but the cat would be gone days at a time. And turns out it was with another family.
Your cat had a second family.
Yeah.
We have a cat, a neighbor's cat that comes around. If it's really cold out, I've seen that cat outside on our deck when it's like 5 degrees below zero. And I know he knows where his house is, but he comes over and sits in front of the sliding glass door. I'll throw him a little bit of food. And he comes around. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. But we have like a very indoor cat.
Yeah.
I always bring our cat over and just say, hey, look, that right there, that's a cat. Be like that.
I thought you were going to say you threaten it, like, you see that? That could be the life you have.
Oh my God.
Wow.
No way.
You want to scratch the couch again?
I grew up with like barn cats, so
Yeah, I did too. Yeah.
yeah.
I love those. Sometimes we'll it's very woodsy around here. And you look outside in the morning and it's like, oh, hey, there's this cat's name is Tippy. There's Tippy way up in that tree, just like hanging out.
Tippy. Yeah.
At my Humane Society, they have they have a specific kind of rescue unit for barn cats that like I think they're like considered feral, so they can't live in houses anymore. And they actually like have them at the Humane Society for farmers or like anybody who specifically needs a cat that's already like that. But they also have like vaccines, so they're safe to be out and about.
Oh,
Kinda
that's
nice.
cool.
I didn't. Yeah, like they just kind of work with how they are, you know.
That's cool.
Yeah, I didn't know about that. I was like, nice service. Love that.
I've never lived in a place that I felt was safe enough to have a indoor outdoor cat.
Yeah.
Here, I'm gonna launch a dog person or cat person poll.
Oh,
But first, who do you think most of our audience is dog people or cat people?
I think they're dog people.
I'm gonna say it's an even split.
I'm gonna go even.
Yeah.
Even?
The cat?
I'm
Yeah.
gonna say it's dog.
John's going dog.
Yeah.
I want it to be dog, but I think it's cat.
I do feel like cats are pretty good for illustrators. But dogs could be great because they get us out. So I don't know.
My dog's a really good studio dog. Like, she just lies in her bed next to my easel and hangs out with me all day. It's pretty awesome.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
awesome.
And then we go for a walk, and then she goes back to napping.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
good.
So it's like an animated blanket, sort of.
Yeah, yeah.
I actually have had both. Right now I have cats. And maybe I'll get a dog at some point.
You know, we're getting to the age, Bill, where you know, a lot of cats live to be 20 or so.
Yes.
And I don't know, I have a thing about my pets. Suddenly I realized I have a thing about, I don't know if I want a little animal friend that I take care of to outlive me.
Oh.
Yeah. I mean, I think
It's a hard truth, Dale.
I know. I mean,
It is,
I
man.
agree.
Too young to have to make that kind of decision.
Well,
I think these two cats are my last cats, probably.
Oh,
Timmy, did you just
Because-
like that?
Way.
Put an exclamation point after dogs to try to sway people.
I meant to
What'd
put
you say,
an
Audrey?
exclamation
what was that?
in the poll. I failed to put an exclamation mark behind both dogs and cats, and
Oh,
I
little bias.
Oh,
and so some people
Sorry.
might claim that I was trying to, you know, sway
Sway.
the vote.
So your poll's biased right from the
you
start.
were.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry to I didn't mean to go off. I'm sorry. I just noticed that because it popped up. Sorry.
You did the same thing with my chair. That's what happened.
Yeah.
Chair side.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dale. I mean, I'm 55, and I think about that a lot. You know, about time.
Whether your cat's gonna outlive you?
Yeah, well, not that. I mean, I think about things outliving me, but yeah, I mean, I
Yeah.
was looking at my cat the other day, and I'm like very aware that this cat could outlive me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Don't get a parrot.
How
Oh
long
my
do they
God,
live?
right?
Oh right.
You know, cockatoos and things like that, man.
Oh
How long
yeah.
do they live?
75,
Bird.
80 years old.
Oh, come on, man.
No birds.
I don't like the idea. I don't know if anybody has a bird, that's fine, but I don't know. I don't like the idea of keeping a bird in a house.
I've got nothing against birds outside in the bird world.
Okay, 62% of our audience are dog people.
Yeah, that seemed about
Hmm.
Oh, yeah, that's all right.
But
You did.
yeah,
You know,
Audrey believes that there's dog collusion.
well, you definitely skewed the poll. Sure.
Yeah. Terry says there isn't an option for both dogs and cats. because that's how it is, Terry.
See, I love them both.
Yeah, I like them both.
We always had dogs and cats growing up, and had a cat and a dog the whole time my kids were growing up. Worked out okay.
Usually, who was the boss, John? The dog or the cat?
Definitely the dogs.
Oh, no kidding.
Oh, interesting. I was going to say the cats are the boss.
Well, I mean, yeah, but
Yeah.
I'm not being totally honest. The cat I got from my daughter, and it was really my daughter's cat more than anybody else's, and it spent, my sons were not as friendly to the cat as my daughter. Let's just put it that way. So it hit a lot.
Oh, okay.
Dogs and boys chasing it around.
Yep.
I've always been told, like, when you get a puppy or really any animal, like young kids playing with it, it's like one of the best ways to get it socialized, because they're pretty, like, I don't know, nonchalant, like they're just grabby and like not, I don't know.
Kind of
Yeah, no, that's true. It's also good for kids and allergies, like having them exposed to dogs, because dogs go inside and out and hang out with them. So unless your child arrives with allergies, it's pretty good for helping them.
Really? Somebody says depends on the breed. Probably.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
My son definitely helped my cat be socialized. The last cat.
Well, I had a English Mastiff when the cat was a kitten, and the cat slept on the dog, and
Great.
as long as the dog was alive. Yeah, just loved it.
That's so funny.
But then I
That's
got Airedale, and it didn't work out so well.
Oh wow. That's like the like rhino with the bird hanging out.
Yeah.
Totally.
Well, the English Mastiff has a lot more probably meat between it and anything that would hurt when the cat like did its little pawing.
Yeah.
There's a great Warner Brothers cartoon with the kitty cat and the bulldog sleeping.
Yes.
That was it right there.
I love that.
Oh yeah.
John, my mother had two mastiffs.
At the same time.
Yep.
Oh, wow.
She lived in Stamford, Connecticut, and she had this cat, and that cat totally controlled those two dogs. Like it was almost as though like it was their mother. It was so funny to watch, because she'd walk in and they'd kind of snap to and watch her walk by the entire time and then kind of relax when she went away.
Sort of like George and Lenny.
Yeah.
Tell me about the rabbits.
You know where she got her Mastiffs?
Yeah. Someplace here in just outside of Boston.
Because we went north to get ours too. We got ours I remember very well, it was in Kent, Connecticut. North of us, south of you though.
Yeah, no, this was like South Shore.
They're amazing dogs.
They are.
It's a big poop to pick up though.
Yep. And there's a drool thing going on.
It's the drool thing that's the biggest problem.
Yep. They had a really nice house and beautiful furniture, and within months it was just this nasty, sticky mess.
Mm-hmm.
She had towels all over the place to, kind of.
Yeah, we used to joke that the Saint Bernard, with the keg underneath, to save people, going out to save people, should be a roll of paper towels.
Yeah.
but they're so lovable. You kind of put up with it.
Oh, I
Great
have
dogs.
such sweet dogs.
The worst is he used to ride around in my open Jeep, and like the wind would catch the drool every once in a while and just like slap you in the face with it. It was awful.
Oh, I hope there wasn't like an open mouth situation.
How long did yours live?
Well, I had one growing up, and then my dad had one after I got out of college, and then I ended up getting one when I was about 25, and it lived to be 11,
Oh, wow.
which was a long time for a big guy like that.
Yep. We had Irish wolfhounds too.
Oh boy.
Oh, I
They're
think those
great.
are sweethearts.
Those are such nice dogs. They do not live long though.
Oh, really?
Yeah. All that. They're pretty fragile. We had one that lived only 8 years, and the other one lived maybe 10.
Pretty long for a wolfhound, actually.
Yeah. But we had this mutt that lived like 18 years.
Yeah. We had an Australian Shepherd that lived about that long. Those are great little dogs too.
Let's do another minute on this pose and go on.
I'm just starting this one.
I know I didn't get anywhere, so.
I meant to ask John. I meant to ask Brent yesterday if he was excited about about Mars. He's one of the first people I thought of because he's a huge NASA guy, right?
Yep.
That was incredible. Did you guys see the high def photos?
Yes.
Amazing.
Especially the one with the stars.
Yeah, it's like that's Mars. That's incredible.
Yeah. And the kind of cream colored sky.
Yeah. So I was wondering about that. Is the color? Are those? I need to look deeper into it, obviously. But are they colorized, or are those actual color photos, or?
Oh, it's a good
I'm
question.
assuming it's actual color photos. I mean, they even got sound, like you could hear the wind.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that little puff of wind was interesting.
Oh, I haven't heard the sound. I haven't seen that.
I mean, it doesn't sound any different, but it's just surreal to think about.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I found fascinating is it's not that different. That's a landscape that you could, say, yeah, there's that mountain over there, and and I love the sort of the question they're posing. If they can find water and any kind of fossilized remains, then maybe the idea of life isn't extraordinary at all, and it's pretty universal, literally.
Yeah.
John, where are we at on time with this
We're
image?
done. All right, so I was just
Okay.
said about a minute. Yeah, we're done.
Okay, pencils down, everybody. And if you're drawn with us for the first time, or this is when you share your work, so please post it. Just because our guest artists are choosing not to move on doesn't mean you can't.
We'll get
Oh, wow.
there. Get there.
Timmy's moving us along here.
Pressure.
Dale, I'll make you get a new chair too.
For what?
Uh-oh.
Yeah, watch it.
Oh, that's the pencil sharpener. I'm not making any.
Like Dale, we're gonna require you get a silent pencil sharpener.
What's that?
Can't hear you. The pencil sharpener's going.
Trying to sharpen. Are we doing the blonde girl here?
Yes.
Oh, it is kind of squeaky.
That one, Dale.
Yeah. You got me.
You made me drop all my pastels.
Oh, wow. You know what? I take it back. I was wrong. I'm pretty squeaky.
Well, everybody's stuff is looking really good. All right. Somebody said they're all full color, and that Perseverance has a color, an external color calibrator for its cameras.
Oh, impressive. Did anybody watch that Hillary Swank show on Netflix where they're going to Mars?
Yes,
That was good.
that was good.
What's the name of it?
Oh, Hillary Swank Goes to Mars.
Oh gosh, I
I'm
can't
sorry,
remember.
I don't remember the name of it.
But I
Space
thought
Force?
that they did a good job of like, she leaves a home life behind, her husband and daughter, and kind of the struggle on both sides.
Yeah.
Oh, I actually saw that.
Yeah, it was good.
Was it a show or a movie?
So
Hmm.
Sounds similar to Interstellar, maybe.
Yeah.
not as intellectual. I mean, it's intellectual. Like Interstellar made my brain really work.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
But the plot sounds like, like in the same realm, maybe.
Yeah, definitely in the same realm. I'm trying to move on.
That's the one that started out with the fire in space, and then the
Yeah.
kind of the investigation into that. I thought that was an interesting way to start.
Oh, Timmy, I listened to the Armchair Expert episode about like how different cultures take feedback and just the work environment.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the culture map.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
That
Really
was
interesting.
really interesting. Really good.
Yeah.
That's Dax Shepard's thing?
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah. That's a consistent podcast for me. But that was a really great. I really like their expert.
Mm-hmm.
Their expert episodes are like always great. And then the celebrity ones, occasionally you're like, oh wow, that person was interesting. I didn't.
Yeah. But yeah, the
expect
expert
that.
ones were, I mean, that one was so thought provoking, especially because her personal experience was so much of like doing her work with other cultures and just more of her realizing that she didn't even realize like how being American affected the way that she interacted in a meeting, and just seeing like when she was doing the talk with the Japanese and how someone taught her
the audience, yeah.
like asking questions.
Yeah, it was really interesting. The way in which we like culturally read cues
Yeah.
and the thing that she references, she gave a lecture, and at the end they have like a Q&A, and she says, does anybody have any questions? And in this book about this story, this anecdote, no one in the audience raises their hands, and then she goes off the stage, and her, I think, was it like a coworker or a handler was like, I think there were some questions. And
Yeah,
she
like
was
she
like,
said
no, there weren't.
it.
Yeah, and it was just she ignored eye contact essentially, or like body language. I don't.
She was just very used to
Yeah,
like, we raise our hand, we ask questions,
like
and
almost like
Oh.
almost like interruptive ways of communicating.
Right.
It was really interesting. Some of it I was kind of like, okay, what is an exaggeration of that standard? But then the things I thought were really interesting were like, because the book we're referring to is called The Culture Map, and it's like almost required reading at Netflix, because so many different people from so many different parts of the world work there, and so like communication becomes a major conversation for, I think, probably their function. But one of the things like when we were like, when you and I were talking about it, was like this idea of like critique is like super interesting, because to generalize in America, like to give somebody a negative critique, it's kind of advised you start with like the positive. You say, I like how you did that. I like how you did that.
Right.
And then you pepper in the constructive feedback. And they kind of go into the details, like how there are certain cultures where that's like considered like just dishonest. Right? Like, cut to the chase. Why are we here?
like the Dutch were all about just this,
Yeah.
lay
And I'll
it all
say,
out
this is all the big thing, and the thing that we're not spraying over is she multiple times is like, I want to be clear, this is a generalization,
yeah.
right?
But I felt very American, very seen, because like I want a compliment sandwich. I want you to say something good, then you tell me what's bad, and then I want you to tell me what's good. And so she was talking about American, and I was like, oh, I really fall into that like generalization.
Oh yeah, I could hear 99% of what I hear in one day could be amazing, and if I hear 1%, I'm going to think about the 1% bad all day.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Totally.
Yeah. That's
Is that an American thing though?
Well, it just it's very Americans very much work that way. What I thought was interesting, because then she like I went to Thailand, and I like when I heard her talking about Thailand, I went back and thought about some of that, and I realized that was kind of dot on too, how they talk in compliments, and you have to look for cues for what's not being said. So for example, she was doing this conference, and they asked if she could send 2 photos and a video. So she did, and then she got feedback saying those 2 photos were great, but she didn't miss the video. But she knew well enough to realize, because they didn't mention the video, they wish there was a better video. So she was like, would you like another video? And they were like, oh, we'd love some other options. But if she hadn't brought that up, they would just assume there was only the video that they didn't care for.
right.
That's interesting. Wow.
I actually kind of operate that way.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't know. Like, that sounds so, like, that really resonated with what you just said.
That sounds like the South to me.
Yeah, Bill, I was
Yeah,
even going to say
yeah.
that in general, it's an oversimplification, even for it just to be the US, because like regionally within the US. Because can you imagine getting critiqued in Boston?
Oh.
Well, what would never, the thing is, no, you're right. But the thing is, you get an honest critique, but that doesn't mean
Yeah.
people are nice. It's just that you're going to hear the negative.
Yeah.
But actually, what you said is interesting, because I've been in situations like that where the exact same thing happened, and I didn't realize I was being asked for something else, but I had to sort of look at the negative space to find that thing. And
Right.
I didn't even think to think about finding that thing, because something was said, it was received, and I moved on. But there was much more to it. That's a really interesting subject.
Yeah, the thing that was really, oh, I'm sorry, I was going to say what I thought was so interesting about it is it's not about it's not so much about labeling and saying, well, which would just be like offensive. It's more about understanding and acknowledging differences. And then like, so for instance, for me, like the quickest way for me to kind of put it together is that like when I text like a friend, if I'm not thoughtful with how I message, it can be, I could say something wrong and it can be like very easily misread. For instance, if somebody messages me like, a 4-paragraph text and I just say, okay.
Got it.
Oof.
Yeah.
Oof. That's like, take off the gloves. And that's such a simple thing for like, there's a Key and Peele skit about that where like, then they're ready to fight, and one friend has no idea there's something wrong. And it's really just more about that, like, very interesting, like awareness of everything's, especially now with being online, a lot of her dialogue focuses around email interaction and just how easy it is, like to, as soon as you lose like, certain number of senses and it just comes down to reading, it's like, whew, it's a danger zone.
Yeah, words are cold, hard things on the screen or the page, right?
Yeah.
And there's no nuance and
so much of our communication is by like looking at people.
Yeah, I it's funny. I so get what you're saying. I think, God, what was the situation? I forget what it was, but someone sent me a whatever it was, and I just wrote, got it. Got it.
Right.
And it was not received as a casual, thank you, got it, move on with the day. It was, it turned into a thing. And a lot of that was just generational too.
Yeah.
See, I sometimes notice that, like, if I post something or if I share something or whatever, and people only compliment on, a certain thing, I kind of automatically assume they didn't like the other thing.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I don't know why. I just,
because they felt the need to isolate it, maybe.
Yeah, maybe it's like, well, I really like that one. And I'm like, okay, well, what about the other ones? What are you trying to say?
You sound like Rhoda Morgenstern's mother there, though. It's like, you give somebody 2 ties for Christmas and they come in wearing it, and then what's wrong? What didn't you like about the other one?
Yep.
Right.
Yeah, it was just interesting because, it wasn't about trying to stereotype a culture in any way, but more to understand that there are many ways to do things well. And by understanding that other cultures do things in a different pattern, like they were pointing out that some cultures take a long time to come to a decision. But like she was giving Sweden as an example, like they really wanted everybody's opinion and input on what they wanted to discuss in a meeting and what the topic would be. And everybody needed to chime in. And so it took forever to get to the point of the subject of the meeting. But once they got to the meeting, they never had to recorrect it because everybody was on the exact same page. Everybody had already had input, so they were able to move forward. Versus Americans, we're very quick to make decisions, but we're also quick to change decisions. So like there's pros and cons to many different sides. So I just found it very interesting to think about. And I thought that was just really a good way to remember.
I ordered the book like the second I stopped listening to that podcast. Yeah, I was really interested.
That's not, that's something I would like. But I found like in the South, like growing up in California, I never thought of myself as being direct. But living here for almost 20 years, I've, been told that I'm very direct. Because I don't do that. I don't do that thing where I call somebody up and I'm like, hey, how's it going? How's the family? That's good. What are you up to? And oh, by the way, can I blah, blah, blah. I want to talk to you about this. I just call people and I'm like, hey, this is what I want to talk about. And I pretty comfortable saying, I have to think about it a little bit more because everything's online, with video calls and because there isn't that added thing of body language and eye contact.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty comfortable just coming out and saying what I think about a thing.
I'm really bad. I'm really bad at you talk about being direct in the beginning of conversations. Yeah. I've had to work so hard at getting better at just not hanging up when I feel the conversation.
Oh my God. I get that.
Oh, I'll hang up and then I'll call the person back and be like, I'm sorry. Thanks for talking with me.
That reminds me of Moneyball. Where he hangs up the phone. Have you seen that?
I've seen it. I don't recall the scene though.
There's a scene where he's talking to somebody,
Brad Pitt.
Brad Pitt, thank you. Brad Pitt's talking to somebody and he gets the answer and he hangs up. And what's the kid's name in that movie?
Jonah Hill's character.
Jonah Hill's like, you didn't wait for them to talk, and he goes, yeah, when I get the answer I want, I hang up. I'm done.
I don't think I'm that ruthless. I just
it was hilarious.
Sounds like Timmy. You're like so polite.
So you're not intentionally being rude to people, you're just
no, it won't click until about 5 seconds after. I'll be like, that conversation didn't really have much closure.
Yeah.
Somebody says
I really talk to a lot of people.
Somebody says, what are your guys' view on the you're welcome versus no problem debate after someone says thank you? I didn't know that was a debate.
Oh, sure.
I didn't know that either.
Yeah, no problem can be a problem.
I don't think about it. I've never thought about it. So
well, I think the view is when you say no problem, I think it's well, should I finish a thought or go into the next?
Yeah, is this a serious debate?
Oh yeah.
I didn't know that.
It's funny, when I was an editorial cartoonist, there was a columnist at the paper who actually wrote a column, his Sunday column on how offensive no problem is. And this is geez, 25 years.
Is this kind of tongue in cheek or is it really offensive?
No. He was serious. And that's what I said. I'm like, are you, dude, really?
We're trying to open a can. Am I opening a can of worms right now?
No.
Okay.
yeah.
I'm like flying through my head being like, okay, how?
I think the bigger debate is the elimination of what were you taught to say when someone said thank you?
Yeah.
What were you taught to say?
Oh, I was taught to say you're welcome, but a lot of times I'll say
no. When someone says you're welcome to you.
Oh.
I don't know. Around here, like it was like, okay, if someone says thank you, you say my pleasure.
Yeah.
Right. But that's completely disappeared. Isn't
it the welcome is all mine?
Yeah. Well, no, it's like no. Thank you.
Yeah.
It's the old one-upping of the gratitude.
I was assuming the no problem would be like in a matter of context.
Oh yeah.
I feel like this could easily turn into kind of a Seinfeld, Larry David kind of thing.
Yeah.
You already have.
Like
pretty.
Yeah, the gratitude isn't commensurate with the act.
Yeah.
Right? He actually had a bit like that, I think.
No problem. There wasn't a problem. This wasn't a problem.
Yeah, there is now.
Yeah, maybe it's sort of like saying the word problem like like implies that there was something wrong.
Yeah,
Mm.
Or, I don't know.
Why are you bringing up problems?
Right.
I have never thought about this.
Me neither.
Well, and clearly some of this stuff is clearly generational too, because I can remember, my grandfather, his generation. You mentioned about hanging up. I would be talking to him on the phone and say, okay, well, Grandpa, we'll see you later on. And all of a sudden the phone would just go click.
Yep.
He didn't say, okay, right, we'll see you tomorrow, goodbye, anything. I'd say, see you tomorrow, and it would just go click. And I'm like, go to my mother, I said, did I say something wrong? He just hung up on me. She goes, no, that's just, he grew up on a farm, he didn't have phone, phones were not something that, the whole concept of phone conversation and etiquette and this was a well-educated man. It was just the way he was raised and the way he was. And
Oh, sure.
It was his Oculus Rift.
yeah, it was, you weren't going to change him.
Yeah.
It's like I've run into other older folks and they have conversation in the way, and of course I'm getting into that place now myself, but this is what we're talking 1970, 1971 when I was young. He was born 1884 something or 86.
Yeah.
I mean, think about that.
I'm a big fan of No Sweat Boba Fett.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Way to keep it classy.
It was a fun movie.
Oh yeah.
I saw a funny meme the other day where it was comparing Gizmo to like Grogu, Baby Yoda. And it was just
worrying
like
about Baby Yoda.
Baby Yoda with hair.
Ooh.
Trying to
Wait, what
work
were
on drawing a Baby Yoda with braces
Oh.
on a big wheel.
Is Baby Yoda?
It's Grogu.
No,
Okay.
No?
no.
Okay, wait. Did Yoda have a child?
I don't know.
Who's up on this?
No, it's
Oh no, somebody just told me that, oh gosh, let's do a drawing of Baby Yoda. I'm going, what is that? And he said it's Yoda, like a baby. And that's all I know. I don't know any of the history.
Oh,
of it,
okay.
so-
Baby Yoda is Grogu, which is like kind of like right after Return of the Jedi.
Yeah.
it's like not the character Yoda though.
No,
But is it Yoda's child?
I don't know.
Spoilers ahead, but honestly, if you're a Star Wars fan and you don't already know this,
Yeah, you're not a Star
are
Wars.
you really a Star Wars fan?
Being there with more than one movie.
Does anybody want us to stop with the spoilers?
We're like a bunch of very like not fans or casual fans like talking about
I know.
spoilers.
I know.
I have to say, it was really fun watching Mandalorian with my husband because he's like a big fan, and there was just moments where he was just geeking out this season.
Oh yeah. Probably the last episode, especially.
Yes, that one like blew his mind.
I'm sure he was like, "Oh my God, they didn't."
I watched like 6-year-old him just go, oh my gosh, are they doing this?
Like 2 years, it would be 3 years ago, we had a guest speaker, and this is before I didn't know what The Mandalorian was 3 years ago.
I
I'm
don't
not
know.
a Star Wars.
Does anybody know what?
I guess Star Wars fans, not nerds. Star Wars fans knew probably
I don't
because it was like built into the universe. But we had a guest speaker, and he had worked on The Mandalorian, but I had heard The Mandolin. And so
Oh,
Oh, Sammy.
I know. and I dodged a bullet. I
Mm.
almost said it, and somebody was like, it's Mandalorian.
Oh Lord.
But nobody knew what Mandalorian. I mean, I guess I'll asterisk. No one knew except for Star Wars fans.
Like the word existed in the universe because
It
of
did,
like,
but I want to say that it was a badge you wore if you knew it.
Oh.
Doug, you wrote Uncle Uncle. Do you mean that Yoda is Grogu's uncle?
love it. We'll take it.
I'm giving you the 2-minute warning.
What?
It's Boba Fett's culture. Yeah, I knew that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
We should have
Julia
a-
just said, has anybody seen the HBO series Painting with John? And I was going to be like, John, do you
Oh.
have something you want to tell me?
Oh, I'm glad you brought that up. John
I
Murray.
watched the first episode. It's very off the wall.
John, should we send a cease and desist to HBO?
I think we should. Yeah. We've been doing I've been doing this a long time. I years ago, I got nailed with Mr. Bean, Johnny English.
Oh, no.
That was awful. But Painting with John sounds better.
Is that Cassandra? You said you saw it?
Uh-huh.
Is it any good?
What is it?
It's I mean, I didn't know what it was gonna be. Like, I didn't know if it was gonna be like tongue-in-cheek Bob Ross. It's like you're following along with this artist and he's painting, but I kind of don't know how to explain it. He's all over the place.
Well, it's John Lurie.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, they did a thing. I don't know if it was a show, but there's a CD called Fishing with John.
Yeah.
Which is great with John Lurie and Tom Waits. But
That is great.
yeah, but apparently it's John Lurie. I haven't seen it, but I just know that's as much.
Okay. I read a big thing in the New York Times about it.
I had not
Watch
known
a lot of television. Wow.
A lot of
What
what,
was that you
Chris?
said, Chris?
What?
What was that you said, Chris?
You guys watch a lot of TV. None of these shows. None of it.
You're watching
No.
classic movies.
Yeah, no, Chris.
No, I'm not. I'm sitting down here. Well, with the classical radio on, and that's it. I mean, if I do, yeah. But it's wow. I mean,
Hey, Chris, I know you didn't learn that movie history by not watching those
No
movies.
kidding.
Yeah, this feels like a bit of a double standard.
There's some baseball in there too.
Yeah.
There's some
Yeah.
baseball watching.
The only difference is, Chris, our TVs are hooked up to the internet.
Ouch.
soak your mail. Soak your mail.
Oh man.
That was harsh to me.
I'm used to it.
Yeah,
Balls
Yeah.
and battleship.
it's just friendly sparring.
It's fun sparring.
That's so awesomely on brand for Chris.
It's like I say, just spitballs and battleships.
It's not as bad though as when, if you ask somebody about a TV or a TV show, you're like, have you watched The Wire yet? And they're like, I don't watch TV.
I know.
That's a rough, I mean, I respect that if you don't watch TV, but that's a rough social thing to get out of, because then you're like, so what do you think of me? A TV watcher.
That's kind of like the discussion we were having about, is this a problem? This is-
Yeah.
that could be an issue. Okay, so hey, we need to put our pencils down
All right.
and we'll take a run through Instagram. So I'll give you guys a minute or two to post your work up to Instagram.
Yeah, let's give a courtesy.
Pictures.
Should we do a courtesy minute and a half to post your work?
Yep.
It doesn't have to be a perfect scan. Just take a photo.
While you guys are doing that, I'll just make you jealous and make you look at my Tom Blackshear demonstration.
Oh, that looks awesome.
And I
Wow.
I had it.
Oh, wait. Oh, yeah, nice.
Had it sitting next to my board, and I thought, well, I'll just make him jealous about that.
His work is beautiful.
He's good. I got my Ray Bonilla's. I made a deal with Ray Bonilla with his demo. I got it in the mail yesterday.
Yeah, I thought there was something going on with that demo.
I kept art directing it.
I had a feeling it was headed your way.
No, make it. Can you do a little bit more here? No. Got it for my wife.
Aw.
I'm just curious, anybody tuning in, is this your first time drawing with us? Or do we all have isolation veterans here tonight? First time, Jeremy, awesome.
Thank you, Jeremy.
Yeah, thanks
Hope
for
you enjoyed
drawing
it.
with us.
Hope it's not your last.
Maybe he's a Star Wars fan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to hit a refresh here, Timmy, and see where we are.
Yeah. And if we missed your image, don't worry, you know, if you come to enough of these, eventually you'll be in the spotlight. So
All right.
this is where we would need a theme
Come
song. Kind of a
Transitional song.
transitional song for posting.
You need some soft, atmospheric.
Yeah.
Elevator music.
Yeah.
Yeah, or something a little nicer. Brian, you know.
Okay, you guys ready?
Sure.
Let's do it.
Yeah, I'm trying. My
Okay.
phone is not moving.
I'm going to refresh one more time here.
God dang this phone.
Oh, that looks great, man. Nice one, Chris.
If this is your first time, you're gonna learn to love the Chris's battles with technology. It becomes endearing.
Technology follows Chris.
Yeah, you're gonna learn to love it.
And I shouldn't be laughing too hard.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, so here we go. Am I sharing?
You're sharing.
Okay. Hey, just got to make sure. You don't always
Yeah,
know.
you're good. You're good.
Oh, that's nice.
Mm.
Very nice, Taryn. Awesome.
Cool.
That's fun. Nice, Casey.
I like that you got the background in too.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Next.
Oh, that's great. Nice,
Oh, wow.
Vincent.
Oh wow.
So beautiful.
That's really nice. Oh, that's fun.
Oof.
Nice, Julian. Julian's been hitting the watercolor hard.
Illustration isolation team captain. Julian.
Oh, that's nice drawing.
Sweet.
Mhm.
Wow.
AJ's back.
Yep.
AJ gone for a while?
He's gone for a little bit.
Well, that's fun.
Cool. Felicity's work.
I was gonna say that
Right?
looks like somebody's
Oh,
written
nice.
down Felicity.
Nice
Yeah,
color.
Felicity's fourth pose.
All right.
Oh no, Felicity's getting better. Didn't think it was possible. Oh, nice, Julian. There's Randy.
Very nice.
Ben, you're here, Ben.
Nice.
Very nice. Oh, Chuck, good one. That's really fun, Chuck.
Nice one. I realized I was muted, man. Felicity's doing some really beautiful watercolors.
I'm glad she got to see it tonight.
Yeah.
She did a piece
Right.
of, she painted Montavo last week. I sent it to him, by the way.
That's great.
Because
She pulled a Chris Payne.
Cassandra forwarded it to me and I forwarded it to Montavo. Nice, Chris.
Oh, that's cool.
That's nice. That's very good. I have my menu keeps coming up right across everybody. I got to move it here. Here we go.
That's cool.
That's fun.
You got the whole background too. It's really impressive.
Oh, very nice.
John, you looking at Land Cruisers?
Yeah, I was. I put it on full screen. I don't know why it's doing that.
It's okay.
Yeah. I'm always looking at Land Cruisers.
I know that's
Cool. Nice one.
Very nice. Wow. That's well done.
wow.
Oh, wow. Okay.
There's a bunch of images in there, John.
That's
You
cool.
should-
It's like
He
one of those
grabbed
80s
one of the
movie
ones we weren't
posters.
supposed to grab.
Oops.
No.
So this was pre. This started
Yeah.
before drawing night tonight.
Pre-cease and desist.
Yeah,
We'll just pass it on.
yeah. It's fine.
All right, got it.
Oh, that's cool. It's a good. That was a good movie poster montage image. So
Yeah. So they took it to color.
yeah. Oh, that's really nice.
That's fine.
Wow,
That's
Wow.
sweet.
That's very nice.
good Lord, that's finished.
That looks
Yeah.
like,
I
Oh,
think we
cool,
know the
Doug.
sweatshirt detail.
Hey, Doug.
Oh, it's really nice.
thanks, Doug.
Feel guilty just drawing with a pencil.
No, that finished one looked
That's
like
really nice.
Ross McDonald.
Oh, very nice. Nice, Sienna.
Mhm.
Oh, sweet.
Oh, that is
Yeah.
awesome. Wow.
That's
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Holy crap.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
cool. I
that's
love
pretty
that.
fun.
Oh,
Nice.
that's awesome. I love
I
it.
love the hat.
So Kiddo took over. I like that. Really fun piece.
Yeah. Oh, those are
Oh,
beautiful.
these are nice. Ooh, good one, Marcy.
Yeah.
Very good. Man, we get a,
That's cool.
Wow.
that's nice, Heather. Get a really wide selection of materials and approaches. I guess when you got hundreds of people in a room, yeah.
Yeah.
That's a nice drawing, Andy.
Yep.
Wow.
Really good.
Oh, yeah.
Love the color in the head too. Really nice. Great palette. Huh. Nice, Randy.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Mm. There's some nice new ones that have been posted as well. Whew. Very
Very
nice.
good. That's really good. I like
Oh,
that.
yeah.
That head, I really like that pose. It had such a fun shape to it. The
Mhm.
previous one. This one too. Oh, sweet.
That's good.
Oh,
Ooh, so fashionable.
The hands are nice.
Good job, Andy. Very good.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
That's fun.
Cool. Cool.
That's really fun. I don't know if that's like with, almost looks like it's with like craypas.
Yeah.
Good job, Brian.
Oh, he says
Nice.
it's with
Felicity's
pastel.
mom.
Nice.
That's great.
Signing to work as
Good job,
Felicity's mom.
Felicity's mom.
Rebecca, come on.
Felicity's mom. So funny.
It's like you've thrown in the towel.
Well,
Hey,
and
Felicity's
Karen
mom.
always says she's Felicity's grandma, so that's always cracks me up too.
Good.
Oh, that's really nice.
That's fun.
Good expression.
That's good. That had that pose had just such a great shape to it.
Yeah.
That was my favorite pose for the night. Nice, Ben. Good work. Yeah, good job. That almost looks like a part of it. I guess it's just rubbing it around. It almost looks like it has a print feel to it. It's very nice.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's very nice.
Oh, sweet.
Oh, wow.
Nice, Betty.
Wow.
Whoa.
That's
Wow.
Really good.
That's a finished painting.
jeez.
All right, Addie, that's enough.
We have to be much harder on her.
Going off now.
That's so great.
She's worked so hard this last, working on portraits, just doing heads,
Yeah.
really paying off.
Dang.
Mhm.
Oh, wow.
Nice, Doug.
This guy.
Yeah. We had to deal with him in study hall last night. He proved us wrong.
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. That's beautiful.
That is beautiful.
That's
Let's
great.
see, second pose.
That's killer.
Wow.
Very
That's
nice.
nice.
Oh.
That has a nice freshness to it.
I said this before. I want to gather all of Felicity's stuff and do like 6 by 8 foot paintings of these things.
Yeah, like as a base.
Yeah, they're phenomenal. Oops, I'm going the wrong way. Sorry. Very
I
nice.
have a Felicity book.
We each do a collab with Felicity.
That's all right.
Yeah.
That's cool.
That's nice. Very good.
Oh, that's cool.
That's
Oh yeah.
very good. Wow. Nice, Chuck.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool too.
Yeah, this was a fun one.
Mm.
A few of these people drew with us this morning too, which is awesome. So
Oh, nice, Marcy.
Fun. I love that.
I like that a lot. Very nice.
That's cool too.
Cool.
Yeah, nice, Brian.
If you want more in-depth feedback, check out Studio Bridge.
Yeah. Speaking of which,
Yeah.
Miss Audrey, Monday night, she's on. She's our guest for the month of whatever month is coming.
March.
Yeah.
If you don't know what Studio Bridge is, it's
Whatever
a monthly,
month.
if you don't know what Studio Bridge is, it's a monthly subscription. It's super affordable, and it's only $39 a month. And if you use the discount code WELCOME50, you get your first month off 50%.
I'm excited. My new
Alright, and-
supplies came in.
Oh,
And
good.
there's so many things. There's so many good deals. There's so many deals.
How'd you
No,
to the demo you did with the Phantom of the Opera? So it'll be exciting to see what you work on.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I'm excited to, like, I'm planning out some stuff. Like I said, I had some supplies come in today. I'm so excited. Got
Cool.
some new boards, hopefully. Yeah, I'm pumped.
I was referring someone to your Phantom of the Opera demo the other day.
Oh
Sure.
gosh.
They're looking into watercolor.
Oh, I like that you use lined paper. That's cool.
Yeah, Monday night, Audrey's going to be doing a talk showing a lot of her work, talking about her history, how she's, her history. She's 12.
oh come on, come on. She's got a pretty amazing career.
Yeah.
Oh no,
Yeah.
what she's done is unbelievable.
Uh,
I get such a kick out of it. She's so young and has done so much. If you don't know Audrey's work, go back to and look at the cover of Spectrum last year. Spectrum 26, her work's featured on the cover. Her work is stellar.
Yes.
And I meant that the other way, Timmy. I apologize.
no, it's fine. I'm just very defensive of Audrey. She represents the youth in our group.
Oh, I know, and I'm really proud of it. And it's just
Yeah.
amazing how much she's done. I mean, you look at her resume; it looks like she's been working for longer than I have.
No, I'm on Monday I'm gonna be giving a talk about that, and hopefully it's okay that I also have a demo planned. So
That's part of it.
good. I was like, oh gosh, I hope I'm not supposed to be talking the whole time. Nobody wants that.
Well, the first night you don't have to do demo.
Is it okay if I do?
You could, yeah. You can do whatever you want.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. That's what I thought. I'm gonna try out, well, not try out, I'm revisiting a process that I remember first learning in school, but I just stopped doing because I didn't have the supplies. So
Oh, very nice
I-
drawing.
you'll find out more about that if you come by.
I'm gonna miss this Monday because it's my last painting
Wow.
class, but I'll be there the following 3, and I'll
This
Totally
works
cool.
great. Awesome, Shimsai.
Beautiful stuff.
Everybody's drawings and pieces are looking really good, by the way.
That's nice.
This
yeah,
is great.
Really good.
Wow.
that's a nice one too.
Unbelievable. Great
Oh,
stuff.
cool.
Yeah, I know Audrey's starts off this week, but the last month was John Neimeister, and he was fantastic.
Yeah, that was incredible. So if you sign up today, though, you get 15-day free trial. So hypothetically,
Well, that's
you get
beautiful, Jenna.
drawing.
two weeks.
Yeah, you can catch Audrey for a couple lectures for sure,
For free.
for free.
Yeah.
We also have a monthly contest,
Yeah.
with a $100 gift card.
Really? That's cool.
Well,
Yeah.
drawing.
The guest artist pays for it, Audrey.
Well, the guest artist gets to judge the previous month, so.
Yeah. it's
Oh,
fun.
really? That's
Yeah, we'll be talking about that tomorrow.
We'll be catching up.
Ooh, judging
Oh,
my-
sorry, John, I didn't mean to like.
Yeah.
She says,
just typing.
like-
Nice,
Very
Ben.
nice, Ben. This is a good drawing.
Yeah, really nice.
Your previous one was too. We were talking. I didn't want to say was beautiful.
Oh, nice.
Wow, cool.
Man,
I love the way the hands are in that one.
Ooh, shapes.
there you go, Doug.
There we go.
All right,
That's it.
Woo.
everybody.
Yeah.
Really fun night. I hope you can join us next week, and I hope you can, if you get a chance, check out your options with Studio Bridge, and you can catch Audrey on Monday night. So
Come along.
everybody, Chris, Audrey, Cassandra, Bill Coe, Dale Stefanos, Timmy. If I missed anybody, did I get everybody? I think I did.
That's great.
Thank you for joining us tonight, and thank you everybody for coming and draw with us and posting your work. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So,
Thanks, everybody. Really appreciate it.
Thank you.
all right, everybody have a great weekend. We'll see you
Y'all
soon.
take care.